Well, Vic Harris was arrested in December, January, February, and March. He was essentially put on house arrest, but then went missing, with officers unable to find him before this murder. This has now reignited the debate over Baltimore's juvenile justice system. 16-year-old Dante Harris is no stranger to the juvenile court system, being arrested 4 times in just 6 months and even being detained as recent as April 17th. But despite being taken into custody in April, Harris made his way back onto the streets, only to be pinned with the murder of Officer Amy Caprio.
Did the system not work? It sounds like it could have worked better in this particular case.
Sources handed over this paperwork to WJZ showing Harris was put onto the community detention program on May 10th, ordered to wear a bracelet and to only leave his house for school. Paperwork shows Harris violated that order on May 14th, and a rapid response team tried to locate him at Excel Academy and at home, but were unsuccessful. On May 15th, that team tracked Harris down at his house, holding a violation conference. The very next day, Harris's electronic monitoring notified officers that he left his home yet again, and this time attempts to locate him were unsuccessful. That's when Harris's compliance was deemed poor, and Juvenile Services requested the court bring him in. On May 18th, Harris didn't show up to the hearing, but his mother did. And instead of possibly issuing a bench warrant, the court postponed the matter until May 22nd, which never came, with Officer Caprio being murdered just 1 day before.
This 16-year-old perhaps shouldn't have been out, but now we have a 16 we're treating as an adult because of the gravity of the offense that he has committed.
Now, the Department of Juvenile Services, they were quick to point the finger at the courts and City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby. About an hour ago, Mosby spoke, addressing the media, saying she's appalled and disheartened that they would put the blame on her. She says the responsibility falls on them and called it a system that is, quote, broken down.
If the court imposes community detention with electronic monitoring over our objection, the knowledge, the issuance, the responsibility of monitoring home detention is then on the Department of Juvenile Services. This incident sheds light on an inherently broken juvenile justice system, which provides a recurring door for troubled youth to graduate to more severe crimes without the opportunity for appropriate rehabilitation and care.
City officials pointing the finger at each other right now. Again, a lot of concern tonight over Harris being arrested 4 times in just 6 months, but yet making his way back on the streets. Vic?